This is Kate Orton with The Psychology of Waiting. What factors make waiting seem longer? Unknown or unexplained wait times tend to cause anxiety, which in turn makes your wait time longer in your head than it actually is in real life. This is often an occurrence in a public transit or waiting when you have to suddenly stop in the freeway for an unknown reason. Unfair waits. Unfair waits aren't always literal cuts in lines, but rather, in many cases, when people behind you receive their food before you, or if the grocery line next to yours moves faster than yours, these both can be seen as unfair waits. Disrespectful, rude, or negative customer service. The way customer service representatives treat you can make a huge difference in your experience. If you're at a restaurant and waiting for food and the waiter or waitress is disinterested or in helping your table, or rude to you while you wait, it is much more unpleasant and seems longer than if they are kind and interested. Boredom. It goes without saying that the more bored you are, the longer things seem to last. Take going to church as a kid, for example. You don't want to be there, you don't have anything to do, and you're told to sit still and be quiet. This is very boring, and it makes it seem to last forever in your head. A lack of clocks. Okay, this is a weird one, but in a study done by Mark Whitman on our perception of time, participants were placed in a room with a desk, a chair, and no clocks. They were then told by the instructor that he or she would be right back just as soon as they set up their computer equipment. And then they waited precisely 7.5 minutes before returning. The lack of clocks made it impossible to actually tell how much time had gone by. And the lack of distractions made that time spent seem much longer than it actually was. This was especially present in the subjects who were more impulsive. More impulsive people have a harder time with waiting without having something to occupy their time. Uncomfortable surroundings. Hard chairs and too harsh or too dim of lights make it very difficult to be able to wait patiently and not feel like you've been in a place forever. Colors can have an effect on this as well, but not all colors have the same effect on people, so be cautious when picking colors. Silence. Needs. When what you're waiting for is something you need, such as food or water, it is much harder to do so patiently. Waiting for food is one of the most unpleasant things you can do, and this is simply because you need it. Your body needs it, and you want it right now. But the fact is you have to wait for it, and it makes your wait time seem that much longer. So, what can we do to make a wait time seem shorter? Distractions. Things such as books, phones, or even crafts are a great way to make the time fly by. I often bring my crocheting when I go out to eat or head for an appointment somewhere I know I'll have to wait for a while to help ease my anxiety of waiting. Wait estimations, even if these are completely wrong. This is a strange one, but having an estimation of a wait time, even if it's completely off, is often more reassuring than having none. It doesn't matter how off that screen is. If it says you're waiting 15 minutes, then in your mind you're thinking you're waiting 15 minutes, even if it's been a half an hour. Weird, right? Fair lines. Let me explain this one a bit. I don't mean that no one will be cutting in line just because that doesn't happen very often. No, instead this is a line queuing system where everyone is in one line and you just go to the next available system. Queue station, yeah, that's the word, in the queue. This way, no one is looking at another line thinking it's shorter than the rest because you're all in one line. This is often used at banks. Walking for part of the wait. So this was an interesting point brought up by one of the studies that I was reading, and it found that airports, by moving the baggage claim further away from their terminals, had happy customers waiting for luggage, even though the wait time was the exact same. Why is that? Simple. They were walking for part of the wait. This was preoccupying them and keeping them busy and distracted while they were waiting for their bags. So why does this matter? In the business world, we care about how people perceive our business, if the overall perception is that our wait times are too long or the staff is unpleasant, we have some huge issue here. There are small things our businesses can do to combat these. These include making sure your staff are always acting their best to customers, having distractions such as books or magazines when applicable, having clocks on your walls. I can't stress this enough. And having time estimations when you can. When people feel like they're in control of their time spent waiting is much more pleasant. Thank you.